You may now be seated. We commence this event with a prayer, which will be conducted by technologist Dr. Mus Mulyadi Kamarudin.
Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Pada pagi Jumaat di penghulu segala hari, kami menadah tangan, panjatkan doa permintaan ke hadratmu. Curahkanlah rahmat-Mu ke atas program kami ini dari awal sehinggalah ke nokta pengakhiran program. Jadikanlah juga pertemuan ini pertemuan yang diberkati serta perpisahan kami nanti perpisahan yang membawa kejayaan hakiki. Gugurkanlah segala dosa-dosa kami, ayanda bonda dan ahli keluarga kami, para pendidik dan mahasiswa serta seluruh muslimin dan muslimat, sama ada yang masih hidup atau yang telah kembali menghadap-Mu ya Ilahi. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami juga menadah impian agar Engkau menjadikan barisan kepimpinan Kolej Pengajian Kejuruteraan kepimpinan yang sentiasa beracuankan tasawur Islam dengan bertunjangkan tauhid, berpandukan epistemologi Islam, yaitu Al-Quran dan Sunnah sebagai rujukan utama, serta senantiasa meletakkan keredaan Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala sebagai matlamat akhir yang ingin dicapai dalam pengurusan organisasi. Ya Allah, Engkau jauhilah kami dari pandangan dunia pengurusan barat yang hanya memandang manusia sebagai makhluk ekonomi, keuntungan, pangkat dan darjat sebagai matlamat akhirnya. Ya Allah, Ya Zal Jalali wal Ikram, Engkau permudahkanlah kami untuk melaksanakan amanah dan tanggungjawab kami sebagai hamba dan khalifah-Mu di muka bumi ini, agar ia senantiasa selari seperti janji yang diikrarkan semasa di alam roh. Permudahkanlah kami juga agar senantiasa sujud 5 waktu di sejadah penghambaan pada awal waktunya. Bawalah kami ke sebuah episod kegemilangan yang universal. Mantapkanlah organisasi KPK dalam saf yang bersatu hati, terpandu dan terarah dengan nawaitu yang mukhlis dalam kalbu, agar hari esok mampu mencipta haruman kecemerlangan yang bersulamkan keimanan dan ketakwaan, yang menjadikan kami sentiasa relevan, disanjung dan menjadi rujukan di seantero dunia. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
We express our gratitude to technologist Dr. Mus Mulyadi Kamarudin for leading us in the prayer. Allow me, Dr. Yasmin Sahul Hamid, representing the College of Engineering, to extend a warm welcome to this event. Sirih berlipat, sirih pinang. Sirih dari Pulau Mutiara. Pemanis kata, selamat datang. Awal bismillah, pembuka bicara. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Distinguished guests yang berbahagia, Profesor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Sri Insinyur Dr. Sahul Hamid bin Abu Bakar, Vice Chancellor of UNITA International University, Board of Directors of UPSI, Chairman of Yayasan Prihatin, and former Vice Chancellor of University Technology Mara UITM. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Hamidah Muhammad Saman, Assistant Vice Chancellor of the College of Engineering, University Technology Mara. Yang berbahagia Encik Armin Fahmi bin Muhammad Fahmi, Deputy Registrar of the College of Engineering of University Technology Mara. Yang berbahagia Profesor Madya Dr. Cik Khairil Cik Ibrahim, Head of School of Civil Engineering. Yang berbahagia Profesor Insinyur Dr. Azil Bahari alias Head of School of Chemical Engineering. To begin with today's program, let me provide a brief overview of the schedule. We will start with the first session focusing on strategic leadership featuring the distinguished speaker Tan Sri Sahul Hamid. Following this, we will proceed with a short session, a lively discussion led by the same distinguished speaker, moderated by Professor Dr. Hamidah Muhammad Saman. Now it is my honor to invite Professor Dr. Hamidah Muhammad Saman, Assistant Vice Chancellor of the College of Engineering, University Technology Mara, to deliver her welcoming speech. Please join me in welcoming Professor Dr. Hamidah Muhammad Saman.
Thank you, Dr. Yasmin, the MC for today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, terutamanya kepada our distinguished and honorable guest, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Sahul Hamid bin Abu Bakar, ladies and gentlemen, and all my friends from College of Engineering, and also to all of the participants. I was made known that this event is also followed by the online through YouTube. Yeah. Okay, welcome back here to College of Engineering, Tan Sri. I know this building is memorable for you because for your information, this building, these two towers and the blocks is actually was designed by Tan Sri, yeah, more than 25 years ago. Okay, and this building is still standing here, Tan Sri, witnessing so many events and the success stories of the College of Engineering. So we are very fortunate today because with us today is a very prominent figure, a prominent leader, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri, also the former of UITM VC, and not UITM. Tan Sri also former VC for one of the university in India, and currently he is a Vice Chancellor of UNITA International University. Untuk saya mencoretkan kejayaan-kejayaan Tan Sri ini, saya rasa tak cukup lah untuk hari ini kan. memang kejayaan Tan Sri ni banyak ya, tapi before dia climbing up the ladder tu, Tan Sri also memegang banyak jawatan di UiTM ya, sebagai dekan, assistant vice chancellor, rector, and then deputy vice chancellor academy, and then baru vice chancellor. And he's also hold many positions in peringkat ministry juga ya. So mungkin hari ini we are very fortunate kerana dapat bersama dengan Professor Emeritus Tan Sri. I hope we can benefit from him to share his knowledge. And I hope many questions from you to get to share his knowledge. So dengan itu saya rasa saya merasmikanlah ya sesi pagi ini Professorial Inaugural Strategic Leadership by Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Sri Engineer Dr. Sahul Hamid bin Abu Bakar. Sekian. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Prof. Hamidah. Now, I would like to introduce our distinguished speaker, Professor Emeritus Tan Sri Datuk Sri Insinyur Dr. Sahul Hamid Abu Bakar for his talk on strategic leadership. Before that, let me share with you some background information about Tan Sri. Professor Sahul Hamid bin Abu Bakar is a distinguished academician and administrator with a career spanning 4 decades in teaching, research, engineering consultancy, leadership, and governance. He holds a BEng honors in civil engineering from UiTM and a dual master's degree in civil engineering and economics from Colorado State University, USA, and a Doctor of Philosophy in Civil Engineering from the University of Sussex, UK. He has received honorary doctorates from the University of Sussex and University of Stuttgart, Germany. Professor Sahul Hamid Abu Bakar began his career in 1976 and eventually became the Vice Chancellor of UiTM in 2010. Following his tenure at UiTM, he served as a Vice Chancellor at B.S. Abdul Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Chennai, India, becoming the first foreign Vice Chancellor in an Indian university. He has considerable time in Ankara, Turkey as a consultant in 2 universities. And currently, he is the Vice Chancellor at UNITA International College. Once a VC, forever a VC. He is proficient in leadership, emotional intelligence, organizational intelligence, and a blue open strategy, which he successfully implemented in university he has led, as well as training many potential vice chancellors in India. His management expertise and administrative acumen have accumulated in him, training other vice chancellors and senior administrators from various higher education institutions around the world in leadership skills. He has also been invited many times to Oxford, United Kingdom, to train potential vice chancellors and vice chancellors from all over the world. His specializations include transformation university into entrepreneur. Without further delay, I invite Professor Tan Sri Datuk Sri Dr. Sahul Hamid bin Abu Bakar to deliver his speech. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Yasmin, my daughter. Prof. Hamidah, Ayub, I affectionately call people like that. Armin. Dan tak ingat nama lain. Sikit yang kenal lah. My student. Mana lagi? Ramai lagi my student sini. Susanna. Ada. Jurina also my student. I bukan saja mengajar di sini. I mengajar di Germany. They all graduate of Stuttgart. I hantar dia orang semua. So, thank you for the introduction, but most of you do not know my real background. Saya mula sebagai student tahun 70. Masa tu Shah Alam hutan. Hanya bangunan menara yang separuh bina lah. My classroom was dekat 8th floor. Dekat 9th floor, 10th floor masih lagi construction going on. Begitulah mulanya. Dan masa cuti, I kerja sebagai buruh. Yang old engineering block, boleh kata the lecture theatre saya yang buat. My physical hands. I was kata apa, masa tu ITM masa tu tutup sebab demonstration. Orang lain semua kena halau keluar. Tapi saya duduk kat situ, I was a construction worker. Dapat RM1 satu jam. That was my best experience in engineering. No? Being able to not only read the plans, but also construct with your physical hands. No? You will never get that kind of experience. So I'm still a chartered engineer. I still practice. I'm still a consultant. I do a lot of consultancy in Germany. I have an IP. My flood wall, I sold it in UK. You see, my IP is that I and my friend developed a system of flood control system. It is used in Kokama, UK. I appeared in BBC TV on that. My experience spanned a lot of years. Many of you will not believe that I've been in UiTM for about 50 years. Kalau campur student time lebih daripada 50 tahun. Setengah abad. That's that long. That's why susah nak pisahkan saya daripada UiTM. Walaupun Hamidah tak jemput saya banyak kan. Dah lama. Ini first time jemput. I masih duduk di tingkat atas. My office is still there. Baru ni dia nak ambil bilik I pun. Saya sampai hati kata, dia boleh ambil semua tapi you tak boleh ambil bilik saya. My bilik will be my bilik. You'll be there until I die. So that's how close I am dengan UiTM. Susah nak pisahkan. Sampai ada lagu, kalau you pernah dengar Destiny Anak Bangsa, saya pernah kata darah yang mengalir adalah darah UiTM. So itulah saya dengan UiTM. Dan walaupun saya dah pergi rata-rata dunia lah kata. I've been in Germany for 23 years as a professor teaching flood control. And until now, in fact, this year I tak dapat pergi sebab terlalu sejuk sangat. My semester tukar pada winter semester. So, saya tak dapat pergi. Maybe next year, I boleh serahkan kepada somebody here. I dah cuba last time tapi si Sulkat tak terima pula orang tu. So it has to be somebody very prominent yang I boleh recommend. Then who can take over my place. Tapi I'm still working. I tak boleh berhenti kerja. I'm still working at UNITA International. UNITA is University Tun Abdul Razak. I'm still there. And working in a private is totally different. Gaji sangat lumayan. And then so much freedom. So I still continue as a Vice Chancellor ke situ, but I'm involved dengan UPSI banyak lah. I'm a board of directors of UPSI. In fact, next week, totally, I have to spend 3 days kat UPSI pula. And I'm also working with ACAP, ada banyak lah university. In fact, I trained many Vice Chancellors in Malaysia, many Deputy Vice Chancellors also. But they have a system whereby they become my mentee now. So mentee in the sense that they come and consult me. If they have issues or problem, they duduk dengan bincang. So I have many VCs like that coming to see me and Deputy Vice Chancellors. So I have my office here, but daripada engineering siapa pun tak datang. Pelik ya? Amidah. I memang tembak Amidah tak apa. I kenal dia 30 tahun, it's okay. Dia kawan baik I. Kawan baik Puan Sri. So I boleh cakap lah. It's true. Dekat universiti lain memang. Dia selalu dijemput saya, and then I act as a mentor. But I'm opening up for you all. Anybody can come and see me, can talk to me. You see, yang you come to talk to me, not academic. You can come and talk to me about life. I think you all tahu I tulis every Sunday dalam Facebook saya. Ramai, 255,000 followers. Every Sunday I tulis. Itu berdasarkan daripada pengalaman. But follow my Facebook. And then if you need anything to discuss, sure, boleh datang jumpa. Marfiah. Marfiah. That's right, you are there. Saya ingat nama semua. She also my student. Very vocal student. Tanya banyak soalan. Habis-habis betul-betul. Apa sekarang macam tu kan? Tak tahulah. Kita mau lebih sober buat sekarang. Sama. That's all I remember Marfiah. You jangan ngadu dengan dia. You sure kalah punya. Okay. Ini topik saya khususkan based on selepas tu jumpa dengan Hamidah. Last week I jumpa dengan Hamidah lah. I don't mind call you Hamidah, tak apa. Macam adik-beradik kan. So, I figure out what I can. But this lecture also, I delivered dekat Oxford 2 years ago untuk orang kata apa, dekan-dekan yang datang daripada Nigeria. The same concept. I bawa, tapi my concept is not from textbook, no. Sebab textbook is written by professors who never held any administrative position. So I don't believe in those Peter Drucker semua tak. Itu semua too idealistic, tak perfect. You have to be real. You have to know what has happened. I put together all my ni. I come up with 2 concepts ya, yang saya rasa tak perlulah begitu banyak konsep. Authority leadership lah, itu leadership, that leadership. Terlalu banyak sangat, you tak tahu apa nak ikut. Tapi saya dah rumuskan pada 2 aspek saja. Trust and emotional intelligence. Kalau 2 ni you can conquer, it will be perfect. You don't have to worry about anything else. Number 1 is trust. Number 2 is emotional intelligence. So I will be more or less sharing you my experience. I'm not here to teach you or bagi lecture. Please don't assume that I'm here to give lecture. No, I'm not here to give lecture, but I'm here to share my experience. And yang paling sesuai adalah tanya soalan. You have to ask, berani nak tanya. Then only I boleh keluarkan I punya ni. It will trigger my experience. I got a lot of experience in India. Very interesting. First time I landed in India, I rasa macam I landed in a different planet. Betul. I was totally in Mars now. You can imagine. You see, but how I turned the university around, that is a lot of interesting things. Kan India semua terror semua. Terror belaka semua. You cannot tell them what to do now. Finally, I made them do. You say, how did I do it? So let me share all this with you. And of course, my experience in Germany is big. My experience also in Turkey. Turkey is totally a different ballgame. And of course, in the private university, it's a totally different game, totally lean. We do not have so many support staff, not other. And yet, when I went there 3 years ago, student number was 4,000. Now it's 9,000. I became a brand ambassador. People hantar anak dia because of me, brand ambassador. They say, but the university will go up to 15,000 in another of 2 to 3 years. That's how it is done. Now, okay, let me go into this. Why are we doing this talk and discussion? Why? Have you realized the why Hamidah nak benda ni? I tell you, the reason is that all of you are very young, which I like. You see, I don't believe in seniority. We should be giving people who can do the job. And normally, if we go and look at how I did in India, how I did in even now, all my staff are very young. I give them the responsibility. And what is important is not the person now. What is important is the university. If you can do better than the many others, you should be given the chance. We cannot always think, oh, ini senior, kena bagi senior dulu lah. Kan? Itu is the biggest mistake UiTM has made all this while. You cannot continue to do that. It doesn't matter who. Seniority is not that important. What is important, who can deliver. So that is the concept that you have to bring. I think when we discussed with Amida, that's what my feeling was, that she wants everybody to be trained properly. And I think I'll be the first one to, then I will bring many others who can coach you. I can coach you all also. So that's the reason. But you have to ask me a lot of questions now. Jangan tak tanya duk diam, jangan. Because I go to other private, oh my God. Actually, baru ni I was asked by the ministry to talk to all the polytechnics. You know how many hours? 4 hours. Dia tak berhenti, It was 4 hours. I stood for 4 hours because they wanted to know. So that's why I would like you all to, it doesn't matter if you don't finish, we can continue again. But what's important is that you ask questions so that you know what is it all about. So at the same time, you must, what must all of you thinking? I know what's going on in your mind now. I nak fikir juga what's going on in your mind. Some of you will think, kenapa lah Mida suruh kami duduk sini? Bukankah kami dah pandai dah? Ada juga kot. Kan? Kenapa nak duduk sini? Kenapa nak dengar cakap ni semua? Kan? Kerja jalan, gaji jalan, cukup lah tu. Jadi some of you are not into it now. I nampak muka pun tahu. So I have developed, orang kata over the 50 over years, tengok muka tahu. I think Hamidah pun tahu kan? I have that ability. Jadi orang tu cukup takut kalau tengok muka. Oh, dia dah tahu dah. Kan? Macam I tak tahu pun Marpiah. Sebab I boleh cakap pasal Marpiah. Kan? So, you all, I know what you all be thinking. Why are you here? But let me tell you, this, many people have benefited from listening to this thing, because if you follow what I am telling, you'll be in the right direction. Okay? Now, actually, again, one of the important objective here is to motivate all of you. Motivate, equip with what? Leadership skills. And why it is important? Because you are leading a lot of people. A lot of people under you. Some of you like you, some of you don't like you. Sometimes many of you don't like you. Because the way you approach them, the way you talk to them is not right. Because itu cuma style-style dulu tau. You're very young, but you still follow the old school. Dia marah orang, thinking orang, ataupun make the person feel bad. It's more old school now. It doesn't work now. It doesn't work now. If I have anybody, a dean or head or department in my university now, I throw the fellow out first. Because you don't have EQ. I do not want anybody without EQ. That is the standard that we're talking about. So, leadership skills. What leadership skills you need? Is it, as I said, the two important things that is all you need is trust. You must make your people trust you. The people under you trust you. How to make people trust you? Kalau you are very moody, tengok hari, tengok bulan. Some of you react to unnecessary things. I tell you, if you don't continue to do that, you know what happens? Ramai yang kena stroke baru-baru ni. I've checked now, 45 kena stroke. You know why? They have a bad temper. Seriously. There was a survey done and they back why are young people getting stroke? They have bad temper, they lose their temper cepat. So why are you killing yourself? Why are you killing yourself? You got family, you know. You're the anak now. And why must you hurt yourself? You say, why can't you make other person happy? Work is work, batas is batas. But you have to make the person happy to do the work you have given. You're the leader. How to make people work for you? Not by screaming, not by putting KPI yang rendah, ataupun markah tahunan yang rendah. You see, just because orang tu tak dengar cakap you. Kenapa, Hamida? Mengeluh. So why must you hurt yourself? Kerja kena jalan. Orang kata kalau kerja tak jalan, takkanlah simpan orang tu, kesian ke? You can have a good emotional intelligence, but janganlah over emotion. Actually, I will remove the person, and I remove the person nicely. I will not remove the person abruptly. I will talk and I will this is for the sake of the university. You are not performing because your people are not willing to work with you. This is what I have noticed. You see, if you are a good manager, you know what is good leadership. I tell you, people will follow you. That's number one now. How to make people follow you. Macam mana orang boleh ikut you. Apa yang you patut buat. Why I'm saying that? Good leadership practice lead to better performance. Anak-anak buah you semua akan perform if you have a good leadership. What is good leadership? What is bad leadership? You have to define. I know there are people here who will get the work done, but at the expense of people becoming angry. Itu threat, no. You shouldn't threaten people. That's not the way to lead, no. A leader, a leader is a good listener. Allah bagi dua telinga satu mulut, no. Use it proportionately. Ini lebih cakap pada dengar. Use it proportionally. Satu mulut, dua telinga, no. Kenapa Allah bagi dua telinga? Lebih pada mulut, no. Ini mulut lebih. Dekat belakang, depan, kepala semua ada mulut. Berhenti-berhenti mulut ni. So this is, you have to understand that now. So the reason why I'm telling that is this. I sayang engineering now. Doesn't matter where I am. I am sayang engineering. This building, everything is related to me. You see? That building also related to me. I built 15 campuses, UITM. Termasuk campus UITM Pulau Pinang, 100% is mine. So sayang pada engineering now. That's why I'm standing here. Supaya administration under Hamidah becomes, bukan saya kata tak bagus, become better. I want the engineering to be better. Is it so that you become a university where engineering is excellent? Is it, that's the whole reason, nothing else. Okay. Now, we need good leaders. But leadership is not born, no. Leadership is learned. You can learn. I learned leadership. You see, I was younger time, I was totally brutal. No? I was totally brutal. No? I used to tell, you cross my path, I will bury you alive and burn you. That brutal I was. No. I learned. No. I learned. You see, but you know my background. I used to fight on the streets now. You see, I have 9 stab wounds on my body now. And that's how I grew up now. That's how I grew up. I was totally brutal. You see, but I turned, changed, and improved myself. That's why what I am now. You see, but leadership can be learned. The leadership can be learned. So all you need is to learn and change. Susah. So today is what I'm going to tell you. You're going to learn and then you want to put into practice. Actually, kan, you are very fortunate to have Prof. Amida with you now. She's a very humble, simple person and very genuine, very, very genuine. Susah nak dapat tau leader macam tu. Very genuine. Jangan menangis ya. But I tengok dia kan, I know she needs good people around her. She needs good-hearted people. She needs people who can support her. I hope you are not struggling now. No. But you can be better. You deserve to give it to her. Okay? I know her for 30 years. I know her very well. In fact, I know her more than her husband. Husband dia 5 tahun ya. I 30 tahun kenal dia. So all I'm asking you, requesting you, is to give her the support she needed. But in order to make her and the engineering better, many of you have to change. Many of you must change. And only the school or the College of Engineering becomes better. That's the target of it, okay? Now, leadership ni leads performance. Remember I kata, a good leader, effective leader ni, effective leadership, nampak ke belakang? Effective leadership behavior improve performance of subordinates and foster a positive work environment. Itu yang kita nak. A positive work environment bukan dalam golongan di mana ada separuh daripada pensyarah not happy. We do not want that. You see, if they are not happy, they're not going to perform well. If they are not happy, they're not going to teach well. If they are not happy, they're not going to tell you whatever you tell, they're not going to do it well. But I have seen, if I have an effective leader, the behavior of the subordinate memang berubah untuk menjadi orang kata terbaik. Manusia ni senang nak jaga hati dia orang. Cara kita yang menyebabkan kita orang tahu di belakang dikutuk ataupun dekat belakang lah. Budaya tu di kalangan kita banyak. Depan lain, belakang lain. Kan? Never trust your friend. Your friend is the one akan tahu berita pada orang lain. Nah kan? Never trust your friends. You know who are good friends. You see? This is what you all have to take care. So, as I said, you need a positive environment. In order to have a positive environment, you change, not they change. You change. You must change. Now, I think you are all administrators. Many of you are administrators now. But masa saya jadi ketua program, you know, saya start daripada apa tau? Pensyarah tahun 76. Lepas tu, I pergi overseas balik, I jaga ketua program. Masa tu, school. Daripada ketua program, I pergi jadi apa? American Degree Program. American Degree Program, I jadi jaga pembangunan. Pembangunan, I buat PhD. Balik PhD, I jadi penolong Naik Chancellor Akademik. Lepas tu penolong Naik Chancellor Hal Luar Pelajar. Lepas tu Dekan. Lepas tu Rektor. Lepas Rektor, Timbalan Naik Chancellor. Lepas Timbalan Naik Chancellor, jadi VC. So step by step, I naik. But many of you wonder, why should I take administration? Tak boleh naik pangkat. Biar I buat paper. No. You all should take up administration yang boleh. I tell you, that will lead you to higher position. The reason why you go to higher position bukan untuk kebanggaan diri, bukan. Because you sayang UiTM, you nak bawa perubahan kepada UiTM. Itu ya sebab dia. Saya buat tu sebab tu. Sebab sayang pada UiTM, saya nak berubah. Saya nak berubahkan isu-isu yang ada di UiTM. So I took one position after one position. And I excelled in it. I bukan tak buat paper, I buat paper also. You see? I did a lot of this. So I went all over the world. So administrative duties. Boleh tak you all ni jangan guna handphone masa kita cakap tak hormat tau. Please. Kalau guna handphone, balik rumah lah guna handphone. Ini I tengok anak-anak buah you pakai handphone ya. Dah. And you should not use handphone out of respect. I cakap ni, I datang sini beri ni. Ya, I nak cakap, I nak bawa perubahan. I tengok orang ada pakai handphone. Apalah ni. Kami dah kena ubah lah otak dia. Okay, now, so competencies yang you require dulu dengan sekarang lain. Masa time I lain, time Armin pun lain. And now the kind of people we need are different. Your position, tak kira senior ke tak senior ke, bukan penting. Yang penting adalah sama ada you boleh bawa, you boleh carry the responsibility, and ada keupayaan untuk mengubahkan manusia di bawah you, orang-orang di bawah you. If you have the ability, you must have the ability to change. What do you need to change these people? What are the characters yang ada pada you yang tak boleh diguna lagi? This is what I'm going to talk about. You must change so that you can change people, you can bring development to the faculty, and your faculty can move forward. At the present moment, I would consider looking at all your faces, status quo. Ada yang boleh, ada yang tak boleh. Ada yang rasa macam dipaksa suruh ambil tanggungjawab. I nampak pada muka dah. Ada yang kata, apa lah aku nak duduk sini macam ni. But you have to find the right people. I'll teach you how to find the right people. Now, many people, y'all ni, I know sejak I dekat UiTM tu, begitu banyak transformation plan. Dokumen lepas dokumen, cantik semua. I remember I terlibat dalam dengan kementerian dulu buat transformation plan. Tahu siapa yang guna? PSPTN dulu tu. Siapa yang guna? I nampak dekat Nigeria. Nigerian government guna benda tu. Dia kata, what for we prepare? We done. I nampak dekat India. Tapi dekat Malaysia tak guna. Dia ambil, dia copy 100%. And implement sama. Kita cantik ya. Why does transformation plan fail? Dekat Malaysia, why? Why some of the universities ada begitu banyak tapi tak pernah jadi. Poor leadership at all levels. That is the reason. I came to this conclusion after talking to so many vice chancellors, so many deputy vice chancellors. This is the same story. Is a poor leadership. So, if engineering want to move forward, leadership yang ada ni kena ubah. Bukan ubah orang, ubah dari pembawaan. They have to change the mindset, they have to change the way they administer, they have to change the way they look at things. That is what is needed. So, let me ask you this. What do you think of this photo? Maybe I assume that gambar tu yang laki-laki tu dah Hamidah. Yang depan tu Hamidah lah. Now you tell me. Now you tell me. What do you think? What's the meaning of that? Tak ada orang nak jawab. What's the meaning of that? Amin cakap lah. Apa maksud dia? Ketua dia relax ya? Oh, yang lain nak pecut. Okay, one version. The other one, ayo ingat apa? One, leader is moving. All the people that support the leader. Kan ni yang tanya beliau. Tanya saya apa? Support your leader. Satu lagi adalah the leader, dia nak jatuhkan leader. This happened in many universities. Bila dah naik chancellor naik, surat layang keluar. Universities can be very political, no, very political. You see? And I've seen universities where tak sempat visi nak buat apa. Ada orang buat tulis, or jealous. Macam-macam berlaku lah. So, I'm here to tell you, you have a leader, all of you must support the leader. Okay? So, what can we do to change and give better service to our staff and support our Prof. Hamida? That is what it means. What can you do to support her? I tell you, she's a good leader, very humble person, genuine. You cannot find another person like that easily. So all of you supposed to support her, give the service to her, you see, and make sure that she does a good job, not for her promotion. She doesn't need any more promotion, dah cukup lah tu. But engineering, how are you going to change engineering into a better college? That is what is needed. The thing all now is on your shoulder. So that is the message I'm giving now. So, actually, what is the current status of our College of Engineering? What is the current status? Is it moving? Is it stagnant? Ada perubahan ke? Somebody can tell. Amida, can you tell what's the status, if you don't mind? Kan you all tak tanya soalan, I kena tanya pula. Marfia, you're next. I'm not sure. You should know what is the status. Are we moving ahead? Not as you expect, isn't it? There are some who are very supportive. There are some who you made a mistake by selecting them. Am I right? Tak tahu jawab ni maknanya betul. So, actually, what I'm driving at, what am I driving at? You should understand by now. See, what I'm driving at is an important issue. It's a choice of leaders at all levels of the College of Engineering. Can we improve the management skills? Can we teach them how to manage people? This is a big factor. Whatever has been chosen, let it be. Is it, if you want to choose the next level of leaders in a matter of time, how can we improve and management skills? You see, what you need is people management. How you manage people. You see, sometimes I notice in some of the universities, I don't know dekat sini ada ke tidak. Kalau orang tu tak perform, terus cut the fellow down. Bila you cut the person down, mulalah orang tu marah ke you forever. Dendam lagi. So there's a way of orang kata apa, asking a person to step down. Not abrupt, not dengan cara kasar, not dengan cara marah. So this is what I call people management. How you manage people so that that person doesn't get hurt. Is it very nicely, properly. Sometimes you have to change. Some of them are very nice to you, close to you. Those are the people who have to change. But they're not performing. I had a difficult task of even removing my own friends. Masa I will VC UiTM. Sampai sekarang dendam guy. I did it for UiTM. Because I put UiTM first. If I put UiTM first, my friends doesn't come first. But my friend is not performing, I have to change the person. You see? So that dilemma is going to be with you. If you want to have not a perfect engineering, but you want to have a better, some of you who are not performing may not need to continue. You can voluntarily tell that you have come to a point, unless Hamida say you continue. But the thing is that, ada kena cara lah. Kan, I know sometimes the responsibility is not with the Penerono Chancellor, it's with the Dean. You see, the Deans need to learn how to manage the people. Managing people is a skill. It's a skill, how you manage people. Now, you see, when I was a Vice Chancellor, I allowed young lecturers given opportunity to take up leadership role, because I was given, after 2 years coming back from my studies in US, terus jadi ketua program, or they call it ketua kursus. It was like apa kata, at that time, because the School of Engineering, faculty under ketua kursus, like a decan also at that time. I was given after 2 years, because at that time they realized that I need gung ho. I push through things and make sure things work. But at that time, I didn't know all these management techniques. I know get the job done. Kalau orang tu tak buat, I buat sendiri. Sometimes I used to stay at the computer center 3-4 pagi just to get the results out. Alone. I do it. So that was the time was different. You see? At that time, orang tak payah buat paper pun, research pun tak payah. Only mengajar. You ask people to help you, tak nak buat. You see? So I have to do it myself. And at that time, I was a bit of a, orang kata, kasar. Maybe I realized that. That's what I had to do everything myself. But I realized that you have to tone down as a leader. You must learn how to manage people. You see? I'll tell you how to be strict, but at the time, be kind. You can be strict, but you can be kind. Ada cara dia lah. Okay? So when I'm humbly request, you must look for young potentials. Is it? There's a way to look for young potentials. Ada cara dia. You can look for young potential. It's needed. Is it? Not necessarily all of them need to be young. Is it? But in public universities, there's no protocol now. Young or old, tak ada protocol. Sini protocol banyak sangat. Young or old, no protocol. Dekat private university tak ada. Everybody equal. And you have to encourage more of the young people to be part of the management team. This is one of the ways I solved many problems in India. Because when I came into the university, all the deans were tua-tua. Tak bergerak pun. Pukul 4 dah turun dah minum. Pukul 6 masuk, ada juga masuk office. Bau sangat. You know what I did? I threw away all the deans now. Sekali, buang semua sekali. I ganti dengan yang muda-muda. But at first they were a bit annoyed with me. They were angry with me. But I ada cara untuk dia orang jauhkan diri dia orang daripada saya. Ada cara. I'll tell you afterwards. She said, my daughter said, a vice chancellor once, forever vice chancellor. She forgot to say, a gangster is always a gangster. A gangster is always a gangster. I'll tell you the story afterward. How did I turn the engineering dekat India? How it was done. So it needs a lot of what is called a psychoanalysis, which is a topic which I am introducing program dekat UNITA. It's called Masters in Psychoanalysis. Taught by the European School of Economics, Berlin. I'm bringing the professor from Berlin to teach psychoanalysis. I think you all should attend the course. It is not a master's full. It's under micro-credentials. You take few topics. Psychoanalysis is something that I have been using without realizing it is psychoanalysis. I only realized now, my God, all the strategies I took were actually psychoanalysis. So if any of you are interested, you can sign up for psychoanalysis program under micro-credentials. Micro-credentials is online, most of it online. Is it? Now, so you understand that you need to help Amira. Now, I've been talking about leadership. I said, what kind of a leadership will destroy motivation, performance of subordinates, destroy the vision and mission of the College of Engineering? What kind of people among you have this kind of characteristic? Certain characteristic now. I can list down the characteristic that some of you may have or may not. Now, how do leaders go wrong? Abusive, arrogant, sombong ni. Dictatorship in decision making. Dia lah betul. Ego, centric. Interpersonal skill tak ada. Tak kerti nak senyum. Tak kerti nak senyum. Many of you I nampak di sini dulu selalu senyum. Sekarang tak nampak dah. Betul. I will remember the smile of many of you. Kan, dulu senyum selalu. Nak tak senyum pun. Amida, you buat apa ke? Okay. Absence of praise or affirmation. Tak pernah lah kata, hey, baguslah you buat kerja. I selalu puji Mafia kan. I hope that the reason why I puji dia, supaya dia boleh puji orang. Nampaknya dia tak puji. Okay. Lack of delegation, semua kadang-kadang you kena buat semua. Poor communicator, poor listener, no empathy. Tak ada belah kesian pun langsung. Ini kira some of it are extreme lah. Ada banyak lagi. I tak letak pun. Only a few of it now. Is it? So, going further, what kind of leadership that will destroy motivation, subordinates, and eventually destroy vision and mission of College of Engineering? Now, I noticed this dekat UiTM banyak. Leaders who are jealous and envious of their subordinates. Tak boleh tengok dia lebih pada. Actually kan, you nampak orang tu lebih, you patut bersyukur. Kalau you bersyukur, maknanya rezeki Allah bagi you lebih. Ini jealousy is a big issue. Especially di mana ramai pencara Melayu. This is a very big factor. Very, very big factor. Now, actually, leader yang suka jealous ke subordinate ataupun menjealous antara diri will destroy good employees who are good and part of succession planning. But we already identified these people for succession planning. But this kind of people, because of mulut ni sampai. Kebanyakan mulut yang sampai itu fitnah. Kan, padahalnya kita ada agama yang begitu tinggi murninya, and yet kita buat benda-benda yang karut ni. I went through life like that. Right from day one, people always were jealous of me. Kata macam-macam, buat fitnah macam-macam. Tapi I survived now. I went through survival. I have to survive. Is it because I sayang pada UiTM? I never gave up. I continued. But this kind of thing is the one that will destroy an organization. I don't know how much dekat sini. But Amida, you're going to watch out for this kind of thing that akan merosakkan apa orang kata kemesraan antara Suratul Rahim antara satu sama lain. Kawan dengan kawan jadi musuh. Is it because of orang lain yang bawa cerita yang fitnah karut? So you have to watch this kind of thing. This is one factor that I always worry when but this kind of thing doesn't exist in private university, I was in India also doesn't exist. Now dekat Unita pun doesn't exist. But bila I give a talk to the vice chancellors of other universities, when they come and talk to me as a mentee, this one yang selalu dibawa. Dia kata among themselves, gaduh because of this. Sebab satu orang yang jadi orang panggil apa dekat Pulau Pinang, orang panggil Mami Jarum. Dia tahu kan Mami Jarum? Berjaga dengan Mami Jarum ni. Okay? And also, kebanyakan orang macam ni, dia percaya dengan diri dia, ya. Dia punya continuity and survival. These people are like that. But these people shouldn't be leading. You see? If you got people like that, even in the faculty, they shouldn't exist in the faculty. Dia akan merosakkan faculty. So, they will kill competition. They also will kill motivation of others. So you have to be careful. Especially leaders who spread fitnah against the subordinates. Kita tak boleh percaya segala yang dicakap. I'm sharing with you based on my observation and my whatever I dapat daripada other universities also. Very, very, very common. Actually kan, I nak tanya ya, why are you jealous of the person? Why are you jealous of the person? Very simple reason. Jealousy arises when someone is better and higher intelligent. That's all. Lain kali orang tu jealous ke orang tu, you tahulah. Orang yang di jealousy adalah lebih pandai, lebih intelligent. And normally people who have jenis apa yang akan buat? Someone desires another person's has and feels discontent with their own circumstances. Oh, dia nak benda tu, dia tak dapat. So, only way adalah nak burukkan orang tu. Itu berlaku tau. Don't say it doesn't work. Or it doesn't exist. It exists. Normally people, like for example, my case, I always thought when people are jealous of me, oh yeah, I'm more intelligent. I'm higher intelligent. I'm better. So never mind, I forget about it. Again, why should I worry about this stupid person? He's stupid than me. I'm clever than him. The better word is I'm clever than him. I take it away now. So I survived that way. And this is life now. You cannot hide this one. This is something that exists in many institutions, especially institutions at the Ramai Melayu. And people may be jealous of others due to feeling of inadequacy, lower self-esteem. You got low self-esteem. And you not recognition. You tak dapat, orang lain dapat. So jealous lah. So, dalam agama ni semua tak bagus lah. Actually, dalam agama they forbid nowadays. Is it? Well, yes. Huh? That is wrong. There shouldn't be any favoritism. Equal. As a leader, you dah take Sunnah Rasulullah pun cukup lah. Mana ada favoritism? Sama ya. Just be equal to everybody. Take it. There's no favoritism. You see, favoritism comes in when you favor the person and give position which is financial or what. Favoritism can be a person who can be trusted also. It's not favoritism. When a leader trusts one person, that's not favoritism. We need people who can be trusted. Don't distinguish. Learn how to distinguish this. When you have somebody who you trust, that's not favoritism. I have a lot of people who trust around me. That's not favoritism. Because I know I trust them. I know they can do the job. So I give the job. Yeah, but make it clear and be sure that you are not, but you need to get work done. So I have certain group of people whom I trust. I have that same feeling. Last time they all said that I was very favoritism among the deans. You see? But the thing that the deans I chose are the one who can do the work. Why I choose that person, why I didn't choose person, because it's not because of favoritism, it's because the person can do the work. And I have also a group of people around me who have no position, but they're with me. It's not because of favoritism, it's because they can advise me, they can talk to me. All I want is to get the work done. So there's a distinction. Favoritism and having a group of people surrounding you is not favoritism. You may look like favoritism, it's not favoritism. It is purely due to advancement in work. You want to get the work done. Ultimately, you must get the work done. How you do it? Be fair to everybody. Be fair to everybody. Now, favoritism comes when you know you go for an interview, professorship. You give it to your friend. That is favoritism. You know the other person is much better. Right? You go on. That's favoritism. You see? You give something to a person whom you not qualified. You argue. That's favoritism. If you know the person close. That's favoritism. But if a group of person are working with you and you trust them, they have no position also, it's not favoritism. Okay? I have a group of people. Even now I have a group of people who are close to me, but what they do is banyak advise me also. Sometimes I can make decisions which I've never thought very deeply. They will tell me, why don't you look another way? That are close friends of mine. They're not what way I favor to them. Ajak dia makan je, itu je. So that's the difference. You must learn how to make the difference. So, you see, going back to that, you may have many friends now. You may have many friends, thousands of friends. But you have one enemy, mampus lah you. Betul. You have one enemy, the person will destroy you. Okay? So, banyak kawan tak mesti. Not enough. Banyak kawan not enough. You have one enemy that doesn't like you, that person will create hell for you. So we need to have people here who will value everybody equally. And what I really want is a group of people here. There's no animosity between each other. You are not here to fight each other. You are here to work together to make things better. See, that's what I want. That's what you want, Mamita. That's what she wants. No enemies. You see? That's why I say you all must read my Facebook. Dalam tu banyak I tulis pasal ni. Now, sometimes it becomes a survival of incompetence. Orang yang tak pandai buat kerja lah nak survive. Dia akan buat macam-macam untuk survive. Ada juga dalam kalangan apa, lecturers, pentadbir. This talk I bagi Armin is not only for lecturers now. Termasuk semua pentadbir. In fact, golakan di kalangan pentadbir lebih dahsyat. Am I right, Armin? Say, I don't agree. Lagi dahsyat. Lecturers at least tak lah. That bad. But ultimately what we want here is that tidak ada orang yang dengki ke orang tu. Tidak ada orang yang nyalahkan orang tu. Tidak ada orang yang fitnahkan orang lain. Kita need that kind of a family here. That's what I do. How did I survive? That's what I did. To have and create a family that work together. Is it? So as I go along, I will explain, but you're not asking questions. You ask me questions. What did I do in India? What did I do in Germany? You should ask, then only I will. Ada juga orang tidur ya. I nampak daripada sini semua. Tapi jaga anak. So it's survival of incompetence. So now, leadership is dynamic now. Each individual, they're blind now. Their behavior is different. One person is different from another person. I remember very well when I appointed Ayub as the dean. You ingat tak? I had to face a lot of people. I stood on my decision and I was right. I made the right choice. Is it because of jealousy lah? Bukan kenapa dia naik? Tak, untuk justify why they are telling that. Dia akan taburkan fitnah. Macam-macam fitnah. Semua tak betul. So, I percaya semua macam tu, habislah saya. As a VC. Is it? Banyak isu. It's not only Jaya. Many others also. Okay, so each one, the dynamic is a dynamic process of leadership. Now, what I'm trying to say is that there's no one best approach. That's why a successful leader adapt the approach based on the team and the circumstances they face. You have to adapt yourself to the group, not they adapt to your group, yourself. You must adapt to the people. You can understand the people, what kind of people are there, who are good, who can work, who you can trust, who can you give the work. You can analyze all that, not just pakai gitu ya. You have to study, study everybody. This is where psychoanalysis is very, very important. I over the years, I became a real expert in psychoanalysis. Kadang-kadang by the way, I was also trained in profiling now. I look at a person from head to toe. I can profile the person. Kan you lupa kan, I'm a policeman kan. Min pun sama juga, a policeman. But I was trained in profiling. I spent 3 months in Chicago, the FBI, to be trained as profiler. See? So that's psychoanalysis. Tapi you tak payah lah pergi situ semua. Admin knows lah. But he is the police. Now, you see, if you as a leader, you must make sure that your team members tak lari pada you. Kalau dia jumpa you lagi, dia tengok you naik lift ni, dia tak naik lift tu, dia cabut ke tempat lain. Kalau dah you naik, you masuk, dia keluar daripada lift. Macam mana? I thought I ada kamera. You see, this can happen, this can happen. Actually, what I'm trying to say, don't have to have apa kata animosity antara kita. Tak payahlah. You shouldn't, you should change it like that. Now, why I'm saying all this? People are extremely loyal and devoted to a team bila mereka rasa mereka diterima, dihargai dan juga digalak untuk bersama. That's what they like. Your team, kalau you tepikan dia orang, you marah dia orang ataupun tegur dia orang, ataupun you cakap belakang pasal dia orang, mesti disampaikan oleh kawan you. You see, mesti dah sampai, dah jumpa masa muka, dia lari dalam lift, lari daripada bilik, itu yang berlaku. But you as a leader, you kena peluk dia orang. Peluk don't mean physical. Maknanya include them. Hargakan dia orang, hargai dia orang. And then encourage them to be part of you, of your team. Itu yang patut buat. Bukan terbaliknya. Kalau you buat terbaliknya, tak ada orang nak kerja dengan you. Kalau dia kerja pun, tak 100%. Kalau you value them, I tell you, they're 100%. I know, Hamidah, in your team, you have people who are not administrators, whom you value. Look at them, how they treat you. Do you notice or not? Baik, jangan baiklah. Sebab apa dia baik? Because you baik. That's why I'm trying to say, because you baik. You have a lot of empathy. Kadang-kadang terlebih pula. You have a lot of empathy. That's why people, and you encourage them, you make them part of you, you value them. That's why they are willing to work for you. You see, if every one of you were to do that, kan akan senang. Itu yang I duk cakap ni. Kan, why you jadi garang? Satu hari you garang, besok dia jadi pula. Dia garang balik ke you. Hari ni you naik, dengan dunia ni macam putar lah. Some of them are up here, sometimes you go down. Hey, yeah. So, actually leadership is about blending high performance experience and knowledge with personal and collective integrity in the culture of collaboration. See, I highlight high performance experience, knowledge, personal and collective integrity and collaboration. That's what leadership is all about. Now, actually, leadership is contagious now. Hamida is a spreader of virus. You spread virus. Yeah, not virus lah. Ghost na virus lah. And ada good virus and a bad virus kan. She's a good virus. Whatever leadership she has, it should be contagious. Maknanya benda tu akan sampai ke semua orang. To lead. So I have a video on this. This is from Harvard. Why it says that a good leader will have a lot of people who are willing to follow. Okay? Oh, berapa pula ni? Tadi okay? Sekejap. Hafiz mana Hafiz? Tadi okey kan? Saya kena tukar ni pun. Tukar ni. Apa, we take a 5 minutes break boleh? Ini yang ada dah. Kalau tak boleh. Dia banyak mana ni.
This one.
Go back now. The first video. Oh, ini tak bukan. Engineering. Leadership, no, lain. UITM. I think tidak silang ni. Tak, boleh.
Tadi boleh.
Tadi boleh. Okay. Orang boleh. Okay. Sound. Everybody's got that one minute. Okay. Tak apa. That's all. Terus ada soalan. Oh, buat itu. Dia ke situ pula. Bawa ni. Video ke sini. Yeah, first. Same engineering. Okay, any question? Any question so far? Bila? Bila tanya ke? So, dia tanya. Any question?
Any questions? Okay. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum Prof. Saya ada soalan. Macam mana seorang ketua can navigate and resolve conflicts within teams or organization while maintaining their motivation and moral to work to become more productive? Thank you.
Actually, I have a way of doing this thing. As a leader, what I do normally is that I consider my team as one big family. So I selalu bawa dia makan. I selalu bawa makan, and then I selalu I make sure they don't dapat birthday card. Kalau aku pergi kahwin, I pergi.
It's natural to
Tengok, walaupun lama dah, anak ayuk kahwin, I pergi.
It's natural.
Ami dah kahwin pun, I pergi. Tak ke? Tak ke? Yalah, ada function-function lain pergi. Kita jumpa. So I'll make sure that I treat them like a family supaya mereka tak was-was dengan saya. And then kalau I buat decision pun, I buat collective decision. I tanya dengan dia orang, I cakap dengan dia orang. That was one of my ways where I reduce tension among my own people. Jadi I memang birthday card, I memang hantar. I designed the birthday card myself, I send. I will send my birthday card. Tapi I selalu bawa minum makan, yes. Kan, tak bawa semua sekali, but group by group I bawa. Until now I bawa. Even my group pun I bawa, different group. Tapi I tell you dekat UNITA, the working condition, memang performance dia top class. Mula-mula I masuk tak tu. Lepas I mula buat ni, and then I have what you call it, coffee with VC. I normally kan selalunya dia orang buat town hall selalu. Tak selalu. I buat selalu. Every month I have one session with them, open for all. What I do is that if the whole faculty, I make sure the dean is not there. Boleh?
sini kan kalau buat town hall ke apa. Tak ada orang datang lah Tan Sri. Kenapa?
You have to take, mine is 100% attendance. They look forward for every time I kata VC with coffee. Coffee with VC, not coffee with current. Coffee with VC. They will come. Tapi you must make it every mula-mula, of course. But make it a day where tak ada lecture. Every Wednesday afternoon, either one of them I buat. So it's one of the best ways. You have an open discussion with them, and then make sure that apa yang disuarakan tu, you pastikan benda tu dibetulkan. That's one of the important that them to trust you. And then you continue to bawa group by group for lunch ke, dinner ke. Kalau anak kika pun pergi, you have to go. They will love it. They will like it. And this is one way that I have established now. My way of doing it now. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum Tan Sri.
Salah nama apa? Tak pernah jumpa pun.
My name is Miradatu Najwa from Chemical Engineering, but right
Okay.
now I'm in Students Affairs Department.
Okay.
Okay. Tan Sri, sorry, suara tak ada. Okay, just would like to know, how should a leader handle a situation where subordinates ni, dia act without seeking approval from the leaders? Okay, and satu lagi, what role does trust play in allowing subordinates to make decision without direct leader involvement?
That is a disease. Kalau without leader involvement, subordinates, but decision is wrong. They say that means you as a leader, you have to sit down with them and tell them properly that all decisions have to go. Like someone juga Amida, your deans cannot make decision without you. They have to inform because that's protocol proper. You have to sit down and be direct with them, talk to them, tell them that such behavior will jeopardize the faculty, jeopardize the unit. So from now onwards, please, I ask of you to consult and discuss. But you must also have proper meetings all the time. And then dalam meeting to make sure that give them time to speak. You see, like in my meetings, I let others speak. I don't speak very much. I listen. I will ask others to speak. I note down everything that is important. I note down, but I will make sure that I will solve their problems. The reason why sometimes they take on their own, normally it happens if you know about it, you keep quiet about it. You didn't take the initiative to solve it. That's why your subordinates jump over you. But you make sure that whatever is raised is solved. Okay? Satu lagi.
Assalamualaikum Tan Sri. Isma here, PKA. Well, it's very inspiring lecture
Saya
presentation.
bawa muka dima ya. Belum masuk lagi. Terima kasih lah. Terima kasih.
Lama juga muka dima Tan Sri tu. Dekat sejam juga.
Actually, 2 hours.
Okay. My question is, we can see great leaders. They actually perform, they inspire. But in your experience and your opinion, how do we actually nurture these leaders so that with their responsibility, we as a team could also acquire the same assistance in providing our leaders so that we could actually move forward. We could bring the organization to a par where we can achieve the KPIs standards that have been set by the university.
Okay. I did that to UPSI. You know, I'm the board of directors of UPSI. So this is my 4th year now, 4 tahun dah dengan UPSI. So I pernah bagi this kind of a talk about 3 years ago. After that, what they wanted me to become their mentor. You see? I became their mentor. And also the concept of mentoring, So they will come to see me whenever I go to UPSI, they'll come to see me. They sit down with me, they talk to me. They give me all the problems. I will tell them one by one how to approach, how to approach. You see, mula-mula, kadang-kadang the approach may not be right, but they give me more information, I give them. Because what I do is I draw all my experience and give them the best answer. And over the period of time, they even organize more talks by me to their people. Sampai ke Langkawi lah, ni lah tu. I've given so many of this. And then what has happened is now is that they are a very strong team. The leader is strong because the leader followed my advice. You see, I'm willing to, I told him, I'm willing to do that. Let's say after this talk, you rasa macam you nak duduk dengan I nak belajar a few things. Maybe you ada issues yang tak boleh dibentangkan di sini. Come and see me. I'm on the floor. Terus itu. My office is there. Amida jangan ambil ya. Sikit pun tak boleh. Tak boleh. I'm the emeritus professor. Mana boleh ambil bilik I? Is it? So come and see me. And then we can sit down and talk. Yeah, I will guide you whatever you want. I'll be very frank with you lah what needs to be changed. No problem. Tapi make sure you bagi tahu when and see me. I'll come and I'll sit down with you. I'll talk. Okay? All right. Okay, let me continue. I have a video to show you that Harvard yang buat study itu. Can you?
Natural to be or to pick up behaviors and habits from a friend. So could leadership behaviors also be contagious? To find out, Jack Zenger and Joseph Folkman assessed high-level executives and the middle managers who reported to them and discovered more than 30 significantly contagious behaviors. They also looked at overall performance and found, unsurprisingly, that the least effective middle managers tended to work for the least effective bosses, and the most effective executives and middle managers also tended to work together. Because most managers don't personally select all the people on their teams, we can infer that they're sinking or swimming together based on contagious behaviors. Zenger and Folkman wanted to know more about how leaders' behavior affected their subordinates. So next, they examined the engagement scores of both the middle managers and their direct reports. The highest performing executives had more engaged and better performing middle managers, who in turn had more engaged and better performing direct reports. The trickle-down effect is significant. The top 10% of executives see engagement ratings from their employees and their employees' employees that are more than 40% higher than those of the executives in the bottom 10%. Seeing the impact one good or bad boss can have on a whole company, it's especially important for leaders to think about which behaviors they want their employees to learn and pass on.
So, very clear, our study proves that a good leader is contagious. Why you are a good leader, Amida? Why is not contagious yet? Is he contagious? Why people are not like you? Ada. Tak cukup lagi. It's Harvard studies proves that. That means if things are not happening, then you have to answer. You're not getting the good vibes from your leader. Okay, now. Another big issue is I found that I found it in many institutions that many do not want to take up leadership position. Tak nak. Berat. Biar dia buat paper, dapat pangkat. Cepat. That feeling ada. And many do not think being an administrator alone will get recognized. That's wrong, lah. That's wrong. The more you are into administration, there's another alternative. Now, professorship ada 4 kan, jenis kan. I introduced it, one of its administration. Your total administration daripada awal, you still write papers, but you take up. Kenapa Marfia goyang? Tak setuju, Marfia, cakaplah. I tak nak.
Tidak. Masalah tak direkom. Kalau zaman dulu, masa zaman saya dengan Dr. Jan dulu, saya tak sebut nama Dr. Jan sebab Prof mesti sebut nama saya je. Tak nak cerita, masa zaman kami dulu, kita pun tak ada bercerita tentang paper apa semua kan. Kita semua di-train sebagai administratif, jaga fakulti, bekerja untuk fakulti, betul tak? Untuk student dan sebagainya. Cuma sekarang ni bila dah ada track-track tu, barulah ada yang research, ada teaching and learning, ada administration. So, orang yang zaman macam kami ni, kita terperangkap. Kita dalam yang terperangkap. Sebabnya kami pada waktu tu manalah banyak paper apa semua kan, betul tak? Sekarang ni syaratnya dah berbeza. UiTM pun syarat dia dah berbeza. So sebab itulah kalau benda ni isu mungkin bukan isu yang dulu, isu sekarang pun sama juga.
Apa dia isu dia?
Isunya ialah kalau cakap many do not want to take leadership position. Apa?
Baik.
Kenapa?
Cakap.
Sebab kalau leadership position macam kami dulu menghabiskan masa 80% untuk memacu fakulti. Tapi benda tu tak ditengok pun. Masa kenaikan pangkat tak ditengok pun. Masih lagi kenaikan pangkat dilihat pada publication. Jadi, UiTM yang sekarang ni, kalau you tak ada publication, you tak boleh naik pangkat. So, kalau nak kata benda ni isu dulu, isu sekarang lagi parah lah. Jadi, orang-orang yang macam level yang kami dulu-dulu ni memang terperangkap dalam masa yang macam tu.
Isu ni adakah dibawa ke hadapan was it brought about? But actually, my time as a VC, we recognize people who we promoted many people based on administration. We promoted, I think Ayub, you know, we promoted. But now, kalau you tak di-recognize, I feel that faculty must, or the college must do something, must bring it up. Actually, what Marfia has opened up is true. She's not exaggerating. There are people yang terperangkap dalam group tu. But you have to look at what they have contributed and bring it up dekat TNC so that they do understand. Because bila orang tak bawa ke depan, you will never understand. The VC wouldn't know. You see, TNC akan bawa ada golongan. I mean, you can identify golongan-golongan yang terperangkap dalam ni. You see, and they put all the effort for administration. They didn't write the papers that is needed, but you have to bring it up when it comes for their promotion. You must look into it. You must look into everybody's problem. They must look into it. I mean, this is my advice. In fact, as I said, as I was a VC, this thing was brought up since we opened up a channel for administration. It gets counted. You see, but it is not practiced, then the fault is those who are not practicing it, not the policy. Policy ada untuk encourage people to take up leadership position. Okay, I think that's something. As I said, I can only advise. But if I see the Vice Chancellor, I will tell. If I dapat peluang, I nanti cakap lah. Kan? I akan cakap benda ni bukan dekat sini saja. Dekat universiti lain pun banyak. Yang kes-kes macam ni lah. Ramai yang mengajuk, saya tahu. Ramai yang langsung tak nak get involved. Jadi dulu dia datang 8, balik pukul katalah 6 setengah. Now dia datang pukul 9, dia balik pukul 4 setengah. Sebab dia mengajuk. Dia kata, what for I work so hard, tak ada apa recognition. But there must be a consideration for them. Must be. But you have to look at it as a special committee to study those who are affected and bring it up. Done it. Dekat India, I did it. And also one of my recommendations dekat University dekat Ankara was that summer issue. We have to bring it up. Sometimes kita ni terlalu banyak kerja, kita lupa golongan-golongan ni. I would not forget these people who were involved with awal. Okay. Now, what is the positive strength? I think I feel that you all, so as other universities can, like I would say, your faculty, your college, have efficiency in task allocation. I mean, individual are constantly demonstrate proficiency in a specific task are often entrusted. You continue to give the same task to others. Same. It happens, but it's okay. Because these are people who can contribute, who can work. But this is where there is good efficiency in task allocation. I think your engineering college is like that. And I have a feeling also that you focus on strengths. Individuals may not excel at certain tasks, are relieved from these duties, allowing them to consider areas where they are more productive, such as research and paper production. Some of them are not good administrators. So I think you have a system whereby you can turn them around to do research papers and all that. Not all people can take up administration, not all. So if you cannot, you have to be relieved and given other tasks. I think you are doing it right, I think. I have a feeling that this is common in most places. Similarly, those who are not adequately performed, given a possibility of what you call it, being replaced. Ini pun ada juga yang orang tak suka. Dia tak boleh perform tapi dia suka menjadi administrator. Bila replace marah pula. Sebab dia tak letak College of Engineering first. Dia letak diri dia first. You have to put College of Engineering first. Or UiTM first. That's why UiTM di hatiku no. Who started UiTM di hatiku? Me. Why I say UiTM di hatiku? You always put UiTM first. I sacrifice a lot for UiTM. Tak nak cakap apa lah. I sacrifice a lot. Actually, Puan Sri banyak sacrifice. Because of my, orang kata, dia kata I gila UiTM lah kan. They say I put all my effort for UiTM. Sometimes she has to take up a lot of the load. You see? So I will put UiTM first in whatever case. You see, if you are not good at it, you should be relieved. And you buat lah benda lain. You see? That is important. Now, sometimes, individuals who are not performing well in certain tasks are also not considered for future opportunities in these areas. You tak boleh administrator, you tak boleh baik dengan orang, you ada orang kata apa, very aggressive mode, arrogant. These kind of people cannot lead. Biarlah bagi orang lain yang boleh lead and give this opportunity. You may not get the opportunity again. No. If I were you, I would not give. I were you, I would not give. Dah cuba dah tak boleh buat, bagi ke dia balik lagi, rosak college. And dekat UPSI pun sama, dekat other universities pun bila dia jumpa, this is what I tell them. If you find an administrator who cannot perform, you should not give other administrative position for the person. Biar dia buat benda lain. And choose an administrator that can be, and make sure that track the administrator when and is recorded properly Jangan pula macam, I know Marfia did a lot of work masa dulu. She did a lot. I know. I've been hearing also what she's been doing. But if she's not recognized, it's not right. Is it? See, sometimes, you see, in many cases people can, I would say like macam, contohnya, Hamida bukan boleh tahu semua orang macam mana. Dia basically, dia akan, judgement dia adalah berdasarkan kepada dekan, and then judgement dia adalah dengan interaksi. She wouldn't know everything. You see, but kadang-kadang dekan pun dah main. Tahu ni, mana dia berapa dekan sini? Berapa orang? Ayub lagi. Seorang je, patut 3 orang tu ada di sini. Untuk pengajian pun sama juga. But who does the evaluation? Betul? Dia nak buat evaluation daripada mana? Macam mana dia buat? Adakah fakta-fakta yang sepatutnya? Okeylah saya tanya ya. Ketua pengajian buat, dekan buat. Adakah orang evaluate dekan tu buat kerja betul ke tidak? Siapa yang buat? Siapa yang akan? You kan? Hamidah kan? Hamidah tahu ke sama ada dia orang tu betul-betul buat kerja ke tidak? Ataupun sama ada dia orang betul-betul bias ke tak bias? Adakah integriti dalam pelaksanaan kerja mereka? Adakah? Ataupun adakah dia buat dengan jujur? Macam mana you nak tahu, Hamidah? I had that problem masa dekat India. Ada fikir macam mana nak buat. Dekan ni kelentong macam ni, macam ni, I tak tahu yang mana. Yang mana satu pun I tak tahu. Mula-mula I pening tau. Bila dia kata macam tu, I ingat, tak boleh. Sebenarnya macam ni pun okey. Aduh, it was you datang India kan, Mida? Oh, dia main duduk dekat rumah. Suka makan nasi lemak. Lama you duduk kan. No, I had a difficult time now understanding them. So I came up with a fantastic idea. You see, I said, okay, from now onwards, we evaluate the deans. Who? Lecturers. This is called upward evaluation. I tell you, bila I buat benda tu, wow, I dapat maklumat yang terbaik sekali untuk I buat keputusan. Okeylah, dalam 50 orang, 10 orang akan tanya dia habis-habis. Okeylah, I akan terima benda tu. Yang ada 40 orang, I tengok yang 40 orang tu majority. And I came up with the best system and it worked. I'm introducing this to other universities now. It's called upward evaluation. And this upward evaluation is you see, sometimes you evaluate based on seniority rather than performance. Which discourage hard work and innovation. As a result, many academic staff are complacent. And they don't develop their own skills now. Jadi, macam mana nak tahu apa kekurangan dekan? Apa kekurangan ketua pengajian? Macam mana nak tahu? Isn't it? This is what I call implementation of evaluation rubrics. Again. Now, I think you all ada a set of rubrics. Kan, dia ada KPI, ada ni, semua ada kan? You ada. Okay, that one is performance. Now, so that one is the one they use for each evaluation of staff. You see, but the thing is that evaluation of staff boleh buat. And dia akan tengok berapa paper you buat, how much administration you buat. Berdasarkan pada tu, you set the KPI. Like for example, dekat private university, dia ada incentive now. Kalau your KPI daripada 5, you dapat 4. You dapat bonus 4 gaji, 4 bulan gaji, That's what I give. I dah bagi bonus kat my staff 3 tahun berturut-turut. Yang dapat 4 memang score. 4 bulan gaji, If your gaji 10,000, you get 40,000 extra. And then I bagi masa bulan raya. Only bulan raya start. Saya dulu dia tak ikut bulan raya. Bulan puasa ke-25, I akan keluarkan bonus. 4 months, ramai dapat. Minimum 1.5. All based on evaluation. Termasuk how to evaluate the dean. The dean pun kena evaluate. Tapi yang evaluate dean adalah kaki tangan lain. Not the timbalan. I allow that to happen. That is fair. Am I right? So I have already implemented it. So this one, I see, the rubric, you see that there's because yang system sekarang ni, dekat UiTM ni, I perhati dulu dah, there is a performance cap. You know why? The current performance evaluation system incorporate maximum cap on achievement marks. Kalau you buat 2 paper pun dapat sama, you buat 10 paper pun sama. Allah, takkanlah 10 paper dapat sama markah, sama evaluation sampai 2 paper. So there's a cap here now, which is not good, You see, tak bagi incentive orang tu. So you use this kind of thing to evaluate your people. You see? And also, for instance, employer will initiate 10 activities, katalah. And one who initiate just 2 will receive the same marks. Am I right? That is not fair. Where do we go wrong? How are we going to make sure that how to cater for this kind of thing? So the system you have now overlooks extraordinary people. This is what, sorry Marfia, I guna you balik. She's an extraordinary person. And she has put a lot of extraordinary performance. But she just not being acknowledged. It happens not only there, ramai yang dalam tu. If you can correct that, I think the motivation will be higher. You see? Sekarang Mafia, you pegang apa position? Tak position tak ada apa. Tak ada position you. So who evaluates the dean? Who evaluates the HODs? HODs are ketua pengajian lah. Who evaluates the deans? So how by observation and completion of job based on job description? Most of the time is based on observation and job description, yeah. Nothing to do with the actual performance. Who knows the actual performance of the dean or ketua pengajian? The lecturers. So in India, I introduce many universities and corporate sectors now, UNITA, around the world use upward evaluation now. It's totally in Google form. You can, you miss the interesting part now.
Boleh ulang.
Boleh. I was asking the question, because I was telling about the present system you have, there is a performance gap. Some people do 10 papers and some people do 2 papers, but same marks are given. Some people do extra work in terms of administration. Some people do just, yes sir, but you are evaluated the same. So there is a performance gap. So that has to be corrected. Okay? And then I also said, if you evaluate the deans, you evaluate based on job description, and how much you know them. But who actually knows how the dean is performing? The lecturers. That's why I introduced this system of upward evaluation in India. And then I also introduced to Malaysia now. They say this is called the upward evaluation to check component of leadership, integrity, communication skill, emotional intelligence, and other factors. You see? So you put it'll be a Google form, you put all the question, you fill it up, but you don't have to put your name. You don't have to put your email also. Benda tu akan sini evaluate, and you will be able to know whether the dean or the ketua pengajian is performing or not. If 50 orang kata, kalau katalah 50 syarah, 10 kata teruk, don't consider. Anything above 75% is good enough to understand. Okay? Then you can judge based on that. See, the HOD or any position in the faculty, sometimes it's based on popularity, you appoint the person on popularity. Or the voting system is big mistake now. Of course, those who have been good aides are always given the chance to continue. So it's like a performance-based evaluation. Performance-based evaluation perpetuates a culture of incompetence. Sometimes I've noticed that some universities, some of the dean are so close to the TNC, pergi orang kata apa, close padi-padi, walaupun teruk dekat faculty. It's continued. But when I introduced the system, the first person had to go out, the TNC and the fellow out. Yeah, it happened. Okay? So what we need is a better system. So my question is, what kind of leader are you? Dulu admin ada misai. Sekarang tak ada misai dah. Dia ada misai kan dulu? Tak pernah. Siapa yang ada misai dulu? Ibrahim Syah. So what kind of leader are you? What kind of leader are you? So are you a strict leader? Are you a strict person? Everything must be performance based. You can be strict, but you must have emotional intelligence. You can be strict, but you must have emotional intelligence. So, as I said, as a leader can be strict, but your emotional intelligence is low, you cannot lead people. How to be strict and kind? The question was asked. I will take them for lunch, I take them for dinner, I'll spend on them. I hantar birthday card, kundi kahwin I pergi, tika I pergi all that. So they understand you are strict, but you at the same time you're kind. So that is one way I have used my emotional intelligence to reach out. So you'll be wondering, what kind of questions can we ask the lecturers to answer? I have prepared a list which I've been used in India, I've been used by some universities. In fact, I have given to polytechnics also. I am giving to Amida now. Is it? Like, for example, when you talk about leadership, the question you ask, does the HOD provide clear direction and goal for the department? Lecturers jawab. 1 is to 5. 5 kilo, 5 star lah. Kalau 1 maknanya they're hopeless. Okay, does the dean empower and support their staff to achieve departmental goals? I think, Amida, what you can do is you can add other questions. You don't have to be standard like this. And does the dean effectively manage conflict and resolve issues within the department? Does the leader foster culture of innovation, creativity? This is one set. I got 7 sets. The next one, integrity. So, adalah soalan untuk integrity. Ada soalan untuk emotional intelligence. Ada soalan whether they bias or not. Untuk kawan dia bagi. Untuk orang lain, dia tepikan. Boleh jawab tau. Kalau you all jawab, we know perangai ketua dia. Tujuan adalah bukan nak cari kesilapan. Tujuan adalah will give you a good indicator how to train them to become better. Bukan tujuan untuk cari kesilapan. Kesilapan kalau ada, kita kena beritahu. Bukan untuk nak jatuhkan orang. Tapi khususnya untuk membaiki orang tu. So biasness, communication, availability selalu ada ke tak ada? Dalam bilik selalu tak ada, bolehlah tak ada. So kalau Puan Hamidah tengok 50 orang kata tak ada, selalu you kena advise the person. Kata you tak ada dalam pejabat. Ini adalah daripada tinjauan ramai bicara. So adakan di dalam pejabat. That's the way. So availability. So what happens when you cannot perform? Your review is bad. You did not perform according to pengajian. All this can be worked out. Actually, there's a very interesting new method now to find out how to select a good leader. Well, of course, the 360 degrees again. Tapi ada satu cara yang I nak introduce, but paling orang kata apa, kontroversi. Ini. Ambil saliva ya. I dah buat dah. Ini salah seorang actual person. Tak payah ambil darah. Ambil saliva ya. It's called DNA testing. I already tried. It is. I wanted to choose a few leaders. Kan, all came for interview dah, okay. Tapi I nak tahu latar belakang dia. Actually, I nak tahu one of the aspect is that dia ni marah orang tidak. It's an indicator that anger. Banyak dia punya ni tengok tu. Memory performance, agreeableness, openness, semua ada. Bila nak pakai ke? Dalam RM2,000 satu test. I don't think so UiT will use it. I tried it. This is a good indicator of the person's character, DNA. Some of the companies in the US, they use that. Because 360 degrees sometimes can be false. This is pre-selection. Okay. Now, actually what is needed? Change. Ubah lagi. Okay. Tak apa, bukan habis masa. Tak habis baru nak start chapter 1. I baru separuh je tu. Kedua baru habis. One. As I said, what is needed is change. The number one criteria is trust. If there's a lot of trust deficit, I think dekat sini I nampak all of you trust Hamidah. I have a feeling not many of you trust ketua pengajian. Ada juga yang tak trust dengan dekan. Dua-dua. Mutual, they have to trust you. They have to trust you. They have to trust you. You also have to trust them. So there is what is known as trust deficit here. Nampak? I nampak. Trust deficit is very obvious. Trust deficit, you can narrow the deficit. How do you narrow the deficit? Output evaluation. Really find out what's wrong or what is good. There will be some of them will be very good. But ketua pengajian jangan, ketua pendidikan, don't take it negatively. This is the world that is changing. Tujuan adalah untuk membaiki. Tujuan adalah untuk bawa kebaikan. Tujuan adalah untuk pastikan dekan ketua pengajian ubah. Itu ya. Sebab I more sympathetic towards the bigger force that is doing all the work, all the teaching, all the thing. But if you have good leaders front, Amida, then everybody will be good. It's contagious now. Remember I said proven by Harvard now that a good leader will have goods. This is how I solve my problems with India. I'll tell you what happened in India. So trust is the number one criteria. I got a few minutes, but so leadership is solving problems. Okay. So let me tell you about it. I got no time now. I must tell you this story. You see, a good leader carries water for his people. That's a good leader now. Let me tell you a really physical thing that happened where I carried water for my people. It happened in India. First time I landed, I landed in Mars, different planet, orang pun lain, cara dia pun lain, agama dia orang lain, and bahasa dia orang memang payah nak faham, gaya dia orang ni pun tak faham, ni pun tak faham. Oh, I had a difficult time. Bila sampai dekat kampus, saya tak pernah tengok kampus yang paling teruk dari segi kekotoran. Saya tengok keluar pun tak ada tanda, semua kencing dekat tepi jalan. Serius. Amida, I tunjuk you kan. My daughter came many times, she knows. You see? So how can, and the campus was so dirty, how to change? How to change them? Kan, you cakap, dia tak faham. Dia tak faham. You tell them to clean, dia tak faham. Anggur je. Tak tahu, yang mana pun tak tahu. So how do you change? See, something happened on the day yang I was about, it was a very hot day lah. And then cleaners are, actually India is the most racist country, you know. They ada caste system, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caste system. Yang bawah pada 5 tu adalah Dalit. Yang buat kerja buruk-buruk, angkat ni, angkat tu, cuci tanda, semua that group. See, bila that group ada, dia orang nak pergi makan dekat kafe pun tak boleh. Tak boleh duduk kafe, beli saja, makan di luar. Sampai gitu. Cawan pun tak boleh minum satu cawan. Or that kind of a system. So what I did was, I went around the whole campus yang buat dia orang tengah cuci-cuci dalam panah, I bagi mineral water bottle. See, I carried the water. I bagi seorang-seorang, I peluk dia orang. Makcik-makcik tua, peluk dia orang. Semua kata, hey, you cannot do that. You vice chancellor, you like this. You tak boleh buat. Dia kata, tak boleh buat ni. Cannot. I thought, what's wrong? They are human beings. Okay? Within 2 weeks, the whole campus clean. Gesture over there. I carried the water for them. Even though I'm a leader, I'm willing empathy. Kesian kat orang. You see? And then, kalau I naik kereta, diorang berhenti kerja semua angkat tangan. I was treated like a god. You were there, you saw how they treated me. He said, bulan pertama, what I did was, gaji I distribute to all of them. Beratus-ratus orang. I give to them. Sampai dia orang bagi nama ke I, satu nama special, Bacha. In India, Bacha is the biggest gangster. And I threw 10 deans out. I have to do it. But is it, this is what I'm trying to show you is that, look lah, inilah apa orang kata apa, as a leader, you kena sacrifice yourself. You have to go down. You say, you meet them. You say, that's what I did. But the campus, within 1 year, became the cleanest campus in India. No? Dapat award lagi. It's just a gesture. No? Tapi another incident that happened that sampai I berani sangat. I takut juga I buang orang, nanti orang buat macam-macam kat I ni. Something happened. Itulah kata Allah ni maha kaya lah. Divine intervention. So, hari pertama, I landed, macam kata I tahu lah kan, after 1 week or so kan, ramai pemberita datang. Kata you are the first foreign vice chancellor di India, tak ada. Tak ada foreign vice chancellor tak ambil ni. Semua pandai berlaku kan. They will not take you. They say, I became the first. And they were so curious, they came to interview me. So I told them my background. I came from a poor family. I hidup susah. Daripada kecil, I jual kuih-kuih. I hidup macam mana, I cerita lah. And then I terlibat dengan my uncle yang seorang don dekat situ, dekat kampung I. Then uncle I train me in Muay Thai. And I memang masuk belajar Muay Thai. I became a Muay Thai fighter. Then I jadi lieutenant kepada my uncle yang down. Kerja I adalah pikutik pau. Dan jual tiket, black market. Itu semua saya buat. Memang I tak tahu lah I macam tu. Because I got no other, my father was not around. My uncle was the only one. So he taught me. I don't know how I went to school. I went to school because adalah kawan, bukan kawan, rumah yang dekat China. Chinese family took care of me. Sampai I speak Chinese now. I memang, was I growing up, I thought I was Chinese now. But I spoke Chinese. And then I grew up as in a Chinese, until now I have the family with me. China, I go back and spend time with my brother. He's a Chinese. That's how I grew up. He said, so I cerita lah semua. You know, the next day, Indian Express, the whole country of India, Indian Express front page. Gangster white chancellor. Aduh. I became famous all over India. And the best part of that, all the gangsters dekat kawasan tu, my salam guy. And they became the protector for me. So I pergi mana-mana, ada lah orang ikut I. That's life now. This is front page now. I became even famous dekat Delhi. And this is one hell of a life. So I terpaksa berhenti ke sini. I got a few minutes for you to ask questions because actually I ada hampir 100 slide. I baru sampai 50. So Amida, you kena bagi I part 2. Boleh. Baca.
Sorry. Just for your information. Part of the speakers. purposely invited because they are our potential people college and but so most of them are young, very much younger than me. I think the difference gap here dengan age 2005 except for one going to the
You and me also very far.
2005 except Proayo. Next year, but the other twin also very young. Less than 50, 40s, eh? Australia 52. Similar. They are young, energetic, very potential to be a future leader. Tapi, my question Tan Sri, how to them supaya mereka ini boleh menunjukkan diri, pursue himself or herself to be a leader. Sebab banyak yang diorang ni kadang-kadang tak nak berhadapan. How to motivate them to be a
Actually, one of the big plus point that these people can be potential leaders is that you yourself is a good leader who's fair, your integrity is high, you're always available, you're not biased. So all that character in you should encourage them also. That is one. But the other important thing you have to do is that if this is the first training that they are attending, they should be attending more training, more individual training in terms of motivating them further. Because I think most of them here, I think feel more motivated after my talk. I think so. I feel it that they are motivated. They want to continue. But the third thing you have to do is that you have to close the gap of performance gap too. You must close that some people work harder than others. You don't give the same marks. You must make sure that that is not happening in your unit. Make sure that look at those who have been working very hard. And then the other thing you have to do is that you have to bring issues like this up to the top management so that those who have worked too hard previously have not been neglected. Like what Murphy brought up just now, it should be corrected. So if you do all these things, automatically there are many others here and then who are listening to me outside. How many of them are listening? Online, Baba?
ada 45 orang.
Tak cukup tu, sepatutnya 500. So that you can encourage others to also to be part of it. But you must do a campaign to attract people. And you have to do an evaluation also like Ivory, so that kind of evaluation also. You probably have to have a new set. Actually, don't worry, I'm always here. You can always call on me and talk to me. And of course, if other universities are using me so much, why can't you item use me much more? You see, I'm always available. You know my sincerity to ITM. I'm always available for you. You don't have to worry. You can call me. I'll give you the thing. I like to train more of them. Maybe they can come to me individually or as a group. No problem. You maybe that Yasmin know about it. I'll make my presence. Is it? I'll make my presence here.
Okay.
Or you can come to Unita and spend time with me also, no problem. You see, I'm willing to do that. If I cannot do, I don't think so anybody can do it. I'm doing it. I'm willing to do it.
Okay, Tan Sri. And now we open any questions from the floor, please? Any questions?
Di sini, di sini. Apa dia boleh suara kuat tu lecturer kan?
Okay. Saya nampak ada satu one hand. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Dr. Nobaya.
Habis PhD dah kan?
Ya.
Okay.
Okay.
I know you struggled. But you did it. Good.
Yuk. Yuk.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum, Tan Sri
Salam.
and everyone. I'm Norbaya Siddiq from School of Civil Engineering and currently attached at College of Engineering as Head of Leadership and Student Development. My basically a simple question, but I think throughout your journey as a leader, okay, in many organizations, I believe that there have a lot of issues and challenges have been faced. May you share with us, Tan Sri, what is the biggest challenge, what is the biggest issues and challenge, and how you and your team overcome that problem? Thank you.
Okay, there is two types of challenges I face. One of the biggest challenge I continue to face was jealousy. People were jealous of me, being very outspoken, forward-looking, to get things done. There were people who were jealous, and then they were always trying to pull me down. And that include they pulled my whole team down. That was one of my biggest challenge, because there were a lot of people who were jealous of me. Until even I became a VC, the first week they did was try to pull me down. And continue as a VC, I had a good team, and they also wanted to pull the team down. So how I overcome that was, I was close to my team. I always protected my team. I became what is known as alpha wolf. You know what's the alpha wolf? An alpha wolf is the one who sacrifices. Alpha wolf is the leader of the wolf pack, who will sacrifice itself for the sake of the entire group. That's what I did. I had to do a lot of sacrifice, but not many people know. Young people who know was my daughters, and of course, Pansri, she knew. There's a lot of hurdles after hurdles after hurdles people put. I always say, ranjau sepanjang jalan. There were a lot of those kind of things that were put forward, and I tell you, it was difficult. But if I tak sayang UiTM, I would have left. I continued to survive until I reached become the vice chancellor, which I was there for almost 7 years. Okay, that was my biggest challenge. Correct?
Okay, Dr. Nobaya. Answer your question. Yeah. Okay, other questions, please? Huh? Oh, daripada online, ya, okay. Oh, tanya dulu. Okay. Silakan.
Assalamualaikum, Professor. If Azian from the School of Civil Engineering. First of all, I would like to thank Prof. Tan Sri about sharing is very good, especially for us as a young.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Which is trust and
Emotion.
emotional intelligence, right? Prof pun stress on the importance of giving young potential as in leadership roles. But as we know, sometimes for me, especially when we talk about young people, they are tend to become more emotionally unstable. Like also Prof also said tadi masa Prof muda, Prof pun very gung-ho, alright, you are fighters, so sometimes we can be aggressive, right? So you said as you go older, you become more wiser. And what changed, Prof? What would you give to us as a young leader in terms of emotionally, to become more emotionally stable as a leader? Thank you, Prof.
Because when I was as a leader, there's no kursus now. No leadership course, nothing to do with how to even manage, how to use the ni pun tak ada, langsung tak ada. So kita struggle based on whatever that was there. I never attended a leadership course now. I never attended until now. What I bagi based on my experience. And I grew up in UITM that way. Very aggressive. But as I grew older and older, I learned a lot. I read a lot. You see, I observe a lot. I had good people with me. I had good mentors also. Like Tan Sri Zaidi was my mentor. He was my mentor. When I was younger, Patnik was my mentor. Dato Manso was my mentor. They mentored me in the sense that they told me, Saul, cool down. Jangan buat macam tu. So I learned from them. Like I'm here now, I'm sharing all with you all. So if you need any coaching or mentoring, come and talk to me. Is it? And I said, read my Facebook every Sunday. A lot of things I write on that, which can be useful for all of you. Is it? But as a young person, it's normal for you to be like this. But now there are courses, there are training like this today's program, will make you change. That's why I put the word change. So far, I've given this Mukadima only now. I haven't gone to trust yet. I haven't gone into emotional intelligence yet. That's why I kata 2 jam ni tak cukup 4 jam. That's the way to lead. But don't worry if you are aggressive or what. We change as we go along. Is it? I change. I ubah banyak. Is it? I cool down. I can calm. Sampai orang call me Mr. Cool now. You know what they called me when I was younger? The bulldozer. Is it? That's it take time to go.
Ya, saya setuju Tan Sri. Saya pun banyak berubah. Kalau dulu saya banyak marah lah. Tapi sekarang banyak juga. Tapi sekarang ni saya kurang marah. And then saya ada dekan yang dia selalu coolkan saya. Ya, macam Prof Saleh. Sebab itu bila saya melantik dekan, saya memilih orang-orang yang satu tu dia lebih emosi, tetapi ada dekan juga yang cool. Jadi dia stabilizekan keadaan. Kadang-kadang kita memerlukan kawan yang boleh memberikan kita nasihat yang baik, saya rasa. Itu penting. Bukan kawan yang jujur. Okey. Ini ada satu soalan daripada online. Assalamualaikum Tan Sri. Boleh tahu macam mana kita tahu yang kita ada ciri-ciri sebagai seorang yang mempunyai kemahiran dan kepimpinan? Adakah daripada orang lain atau diri kita sendiri?
Hanya daripada orang lain, kita dapat tahu whether sama ada ciri-ciri kepimpinan. Satu lagi cara adalah dengan self-evaluation. There's another way of doing self-evaluation. It's called psychological evaluation. Ada. Kita pun buatlah DNA test. Pakai saliva ya. You akan tahu what kind of you mungkin tak terima pandangan orang lain. Orang kata you ni kuat marah. Kalau DNA kata you ni memang kuat marah, you have to change lah. Orang boleh ubah. But I think all you have to do is that sometimes you have to attend a lot of programs on leadership. Leadership ada banyak program. Mine is very core type. What I focus on 2 things only. There are other ways of leadership. Must attend program to enhance yourself. Then you akan tahu whether you're a leader. Everybody is a born leader. The only difference is berani tak itu ya. Kalau you berani, ambil, take it up. But sometimes many of them who are reluctant leaders become good leaders. I have one good example who was a reluctant leader. She was a reluctant leader. You were a reluctant leader, understand? But given the responsibility, he is much a good leader. Ah, kamu ngaku. Okay, maybe one last question before I have to be. I have another.
Okay, one last question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Okay, thanks. What's the most important thing that you learned in UiTM that you are still using now?
Oh, the love for UiTM. Notice that some people don't have to be born in UiTM to love UiTM. I realize that a lot of people, like myself, consider born in UiTM, 100% bred, product, cari isteri pun ke UiTM. Anak semua lahir di UiTM. So it is a different kind of orang kata core. You see, but I noticed that you don't have to be like that. Ada pun orang lahir di UiTM, tapi langsung tak semangat. Tapi I perhatikan ada orang lain yang bukan daripada UiTM pun ada semangat yang sama. Itu yang saya kata is not the issue of whether you're born in UiTM or you're not. It's the issue of mengubah destiny. Remember, I started the program Mengubah Destiny. In that group, not necessarily all UiTM born. Everybody is born. That's one thing I always remember, and I always believe it is an agenda we have. And that agenda have to continue. That is one thing I've learned, very important thing I've learned. And I also have learned that UiTM has a lot of potential, but it's not been totally explored. The potential is so big now. You see, even here, a lot of you are so capable. Only thing is that you have to be trained, you have to be coached, you have to be mentored. When mentoring is done, you all can excel. That's what I have. But this thing I have done it in India and Turkey also, and it is working. Is it? But you all have the potential. I always think that. I trust all of you. Is it? I trust. Is it? And the other thing is not only that. Trust. Is it? Like for instance, when I became a VC, there were a lot of issues on trust. Is it? Dia kata, oh, everybody yang masuk dalam tender board ni memang corrupted lah. Oh, macam-macam fitnah. What I did was, I removed myself from tender board. Within few months, I kata, I tak mau dalam tender board. I refused myself to be in the holding company also. I was not involved in the holding company. I refused myself. So then people come to know, oh, this guy is not at all in the tender board, not nothing. Otherwise, people will gatur dekat office now. So these are the things you have to do. You have to sacrifice yourself. Is it? Then only that's other thing I learned. Sacrifice yourself for the sake of your organization. You don't have to be born in UiTM. Anybody who's here, we have an agenda. Sacrifice.
Okay, Tan Sri, terima kasih. We come to the end of this session. So, saya bagi pihak Kolej Pengajian Kejuruteraan ucapkan terima kasih sangat kepada Tan Sri, okay, kerana sudi hadir dan we are very grateful because of the patient Tan Sri tu untuk membantu kita tak pernah habis berkurang. Jadi itulah we should honor and appreciate to Tan Sri. Yeah? And this will be not the first. Part 2 akan continue part 2. And then Tan Sri pun willing untuk memberikan mentoring. Tapi Tan Sri kena beritahu lah jadual. Oh. Okay. And then saya ada satu request sebab kita ada strategi-strategi untuk 2024 untuk mencapai vision GRU kita. Mungkin untuk tadi kan Tan Sri ada cakap mostly kita punya transformation strategy ini beautiful in document tapi kita tak pernah implement. Mungkin I need your help how we can implement our all strategy action planning yang kita rangkakan itu ya. Okey, dengan itu saya menyerahkan pass to Dr. Yasmin for the next.
Let's again extend our deepest gratitude to Tan Sri Sahul. His insight and wisdom on leadership have not only captivated us but also shed light on important matters. Tan Sri Sahul, your speech was not only informative but also visionary, reflecting your remarkable expertise and experience. In recognition of your invaluable contribution, today we would like to present a token of appreciation. Okay, for this occasion, I would like to call upon Professor Hamida to give the token of appreciation to Tan Sri Sahul. A big round of applause, everyone. On behalf of the organizing committee, on behalf of the organizing community, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude once again. Before we, let's all take a picture together. So, apa kata kerusi ni dekat bawah? Ni boleh. Kerusi ni dekat bawah and then everyone pandang belah sini. Okay, jangan bangun lagi. Kita nak takat gambar. Cuma ke depan sikit nak takat gambar. Everyone move forward to come. Okay, just to let you all know that lunch is provided.